Hello YouTube and welcome to tutorial number 24 in the PHP programming tutorial series, and in this video we're going to cover using the file getContents function to get the contents of a file and put that into a string. So we'll start off our PHP file. I'm going to save this as getFile.php, and we're not actually going to put anything in here right now. We're going to create a new file, click the new button here, and this is going to be our text file. So inside here it's going to be a normal text file. We're going to write this is the first line, this is the second line, and we'll just have another space import. This is the fourth line. Okay, so we have a nicely formatted text document. We have the first, second, third and fourth line. We have a line break here, here, and then again here to go into line 4. So we'd save this. We'll save this as document.txt. Okay, so now we have our text document. We want to read this using PHP and output it to our web page. So we can do this using the file getContents function. So we're going to declare the file path up here, and we're going to use a full stop and then a /. That's going to represent that we're searching inside of this directory that the getFile.php is inside, and then we're going to just say document.txt. so that is going to be the file we're looking for. Save that. Okay, and now to use the file getContents function we need to create a variable to store the response, or what it returns, sorry. So we're going to call this document, and we're going to set it to the value as file underscore get underscore contents. So the way to use the get contents function is simply type file underscore get underscore contents, and then in brackets here we need to specify the file we want to get the contents of. In this case it is file, so we do that. And what this has done now is, if this file exists, it will return the entire file as a string inside of this document variable, and if it doesn't, it will return false. So we should be able to echo this out no problem. So let's just echo out document, and then we'll save this, get file.php, and you'll notice that we don't have our line breaks, and that's because what we're viewing right now, a PHP file, this is like a HTML document, so we can't actually use, you'll see actually when we go to our notepad here, it's actually in new lines. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to loop through each line. But I'll show you actually first what we can do. You can just specify header, and then say content type, and put it to text / plain, and this will treat the document like it's a normal text document, like it's this. So if we reload this, you'll see that the lines all formatted nice and neatly. But we don't want to do that, because if we do that, then let's say we want to, echo out some HTML and echo out break and then bold. This is bold, and then we'll end that there. So if we want to echo out that inside the getFile.php, you'll see that it doesn't recognize the HTML. So we can't do that. It's not very practical for our web page. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a simple loop. So the first thing we need to do is use the explode function from a previous tutorial. Now the explode function, what we're going to do, we're going to explode the file by a new line, or not a break but a text new line, and we can do this using \n, and that represents a new line. So we can declare a new variable we'll call it lines, and we'll set the value to explode, and then the \n, and then the second parameter we need to specify is what we want to explode, and it's going to be the document, because that's where we're holding all of the file string. So what we've done here is we're just splitting up this document string, so this whole text file, by each new line using this, and now we can do what we want with those new lines. So all we need to do is we can just create a for each loop. I think the best way to do it. Okay, we're going to say for each lines as new line, and we're going to simply echo out echo new line and concatenate a break onto that. So let's just quickly run through this. So we don't need this anymore. By the way, you can delete the header content type text plain. So here we've specified the file we want to search, which is document.txt, and we're saying it's inside the directory that this file is in. And then what we're doing is getting the contents of that file using the function file_get_contents. And now this variable document now holds this whole text file document.txt as a string. But the problem is that it's formatted in a text file, so new lines aren't recognized by the HTML. It's different. So what we need to do is make a new variable called lines, and we'll explode it by each new line, and we're exploding document. And then we simply create a for each loop to look through each and every line inside of this explode, inside of the result we got from the explode, and we'll just echo out the actual line and then a break. So we save this, and then we can just reload this, and you'll see that it recognizes the new lines. View the source code, and we now have the breaks. So it's formatted for HTML use. So now we can go add our HTML to it. We can echo out for each line we want. We can have bold, and then end the bold here. Save it, and you see we can have it bold. We can do whatever we want with it. So that's how to use the file get contents function. You can also use this to parse web pages, and I'll show you how to do that in a further tutorial. So please like the video, leave a comment if you have a question, and subscribe to the channel. Just click the little white button above this video for real-time updates.